Crooked the road and the one driving. 25 years, I know you've been unraveling. Tell me, why did you run past the dogs and the horses? Now you find yourself here, past the do's and don'ts of your choices. But if you're leaving,
like for the first time, I put in my loops, like the little loop earplugs, like for the whole day, because it is just so insanely loud when there's so many people there and there's so many people like talking, recommending books, just like even just browsing, and there's like the phone's ringing and there's just so many noises, and it's just like very, very exhausting. And before I kind of figured out the whole autism thing, I mean, I already knew that like loud noises were very exhausting for me, but I didn't kind of like properly connect it. I would just always get home from work and kind of just collapse. Like I couldn't really do anything, not really socialize, like it just like wouldn't work because I was so exhausted and like physically exhausted. I would get home and kind of walk around like a zombie and like just make some food and then go to bed. And like when I heard my colleagues talking about how, oh yeah, like I'm going to a birthday after work, or like I'm going out with these people, and I was like, how the fuck, like how? I literally like physically cannot do that. And then, I mean, I was tired today, but I could feel the difference so much, even just at work. because I didn't have them in at first, but then once it started to get super crazy, I put them in, and obviously I can still hear everything, because I mean, you know, I have to be able to hear people and talk to people, but I could even talk on the phone with my loops in, and I could still like hear what people were saying. But yeah, it was so amazing. Like, it was really, really good. I could just put them in, and then like everything was just like a little bit like not as intense, and yeah, it wasn't as exhausting as it usually is. And I was like, wow, that's such a relief, and that's such a small thing that I could do for myself that I never did. And like, I've got so many things like that where it's like, it's so easy to make everything a little bit more accessible, or a little bit more, you know, a little less exhausting for me in my day to day, because most things are. And so yeah, it kind of makes me a little bit emotional, because I was like, oh, this, like, it's so easy to just like make it like a little bit better, but to get there where you actually you choose these things like stimming and, you know, this kind of thing, like to actually get there and choose to do that for yourself, or like even realize that you can, it's so hard. Like, it took me so long to, you know, make these little changes. Tutoring straight to my friend Louisa, who I met up with today as well, and that's like a little Christmas tradition that we have. Every year we meet up and make Christmas cards for everyone, like, because we make them ourselves, and it's always like really, really cute. We get drunk on Glühwein, and then we just are like, do like a little arts and crafts situation and listen to Christmas music, and it was so fun. Yeah, we had a little day in Frankfurt, and it was really nice. I got up quite early, took the train, and then we just walked around for a bit, and we went to the museum. We went to this really, really cool exhibition about like absinthe, what absinthe means, and it was like very different things. Like, the first thing we went to was like this kind of interactive room about black holes and how they're created, and it was like so cool. We were in there for ages, and then there was stuff on Pompeii and like earthquakes, and, you know, that kind of absence when like things get destroyed. And then yeah, so many amazing, very different interpretations, and so many different like pieces about absence, and like traces of stories and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. And I ran into someone who went to school with Rosa. She was managing manning the desk, and so she let us in for free, so that was really fun. But yeah, then we kept on walking around Frankfurt. It was just like such a lovely day. And then I had book club straight after, so I went home, had some food, went to book club, had book club. That was also really good.
Built our home out on the slopes, Pompeii beneath she lay above. How she haunted our home, how she haunted our home. You were a god in my eyes, above the clouds, above the skies. You were a god in my eyes, you were a god. Took me walking through the town, showed me the statues underground, said just don't they look at peace. Sometimes I wish that was me. I was the son you always had, tugging at your coat while you were sad. I was the son you always had, I was the son you always had. Head up high, she wants you to, she would want you to. Please just don't cry, hold your head up high. She would want you to, she would want you to. Said stay in the car and wait, there's just some things I have to say. Don't you know I miss her too, I miss her just as much as you. So my father and my son, as you end which he's begun, you'll lie patient by her side, with roses red come lilies white. was too young to understand the flowers slipping from your hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand.
I was too young to understand the flowers sleeping in her hands. I was too young to understand. I was too young to understand.
Yeah, I have two presentations next week, which is kind of a lot. One of them is fine. It's only like a 10-minute short presentation. But it's like within this seminar that we have for like the entire weekend. And it's like right after my other presentation. So next Friday, I have to present with my friend Louisa, and we have to do like an entire seminar. So we're doing like a 2-hour presentation. Let's focus on writing my essay, writing a term paper, and catching up on like other lectures, because I have to do that before I can write the essay. But anyway, that's uni stuff.
Don't cry, hold your head up high. She would want you to, she would want you to. Please just don't cry, hold your head up high. She would want you to, she would want you to. And just don't cry, hold your head up high. She would want you to, she would want you to. Please just don't cry, hold your head up high.
What are we gonna do, sit around all night and talk about love? I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me.
If you're sick, just fucking stay at home or wear a mask.
No, bro, but that's bullshit. Let the pigeons come in, motherfucker.